Hello.
Hi.
All right. Hello. Welcome to our showcase of Thumper, the rhythm game. I'm KevinGem.
And I'm Zed.
And without further ado, I will give the commentary directly to Zed because I have to focus my whole attention to the gameplay because otherwise it will be very difficult for me.
All right, thank you so much, Kevin. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, everybody in the audience who is here to see this. This game is Thumper. It's you might see the title screen and see that and think, Thumper? I hardly know this game. Well, and that's a shame because it's a game that got released in 2016, got a bit of a fuss, and then faded back into obscurity. It's available on basically any platform. It was even one of the titles available on Stadia, if that says anything. And it's described by the developers as a rhythm violence game. It is a very high score focused game. So the rules for the high scores are quite obscure and non-standard from other rhythm games. So you're going to see what I mean by that later. Kevin here, our world record holder of almost all the single stages and of the total gameplay modes as well, is going to do the showcase. I'm very excited to have him here. Thank you so much for being here. And I want to do a quick warning for everybody who has issues with photosensitivity. This game includes very much flashing lights and super fast movement, so if that's of any concern to you, I would urge you please minimize the tab and just listen to the audio instead, because that could be an issue, and I don't want you to have any problems just because you want to watch Run. All right, so the levels of this game are only very few, because this game works differently than other rhythm games. So if we could just go into the level selection screen, real quick, go into the level selection, and we will see that we only have 9 levels here. That is because these levels are very long as well. Unlike other rhythm games where you have mapped out levels for popular songs, here we have levels that are specifically produced for the game. The audio was produced for the game, so this is why it's already a bit different, and as I said, the levels are much longer. We're going to start very slowly here for everybody who does not know the game or hasn't played it in a while. We're going to show you level 1 and explain everything, but from there we're going to ramp it up hard. So if you're ready, Kevin, then I'd say you will start whenever you're ready, and I will do some commentary.
All right, let's go then.
Don't forget to push the button.
Yes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo! Let's go. In Thumper, we control this space beetle racing on a chromium-plated track. Well, it might look similar a bit to Audio Surf at first, but it works quite differently. So the game is controlled very similarly. You only have one stick or directional inputs and one button to work with. So we have to press the button, as you will see the instruction here, on these shiny rectangles to thump. The game is all about thumping, as you might suggest. So we hit it, we shoot the boss weapon into it. This is a tutorial stage. Usually there's not that many bosses in the stages. And right now, our job is to not miss a single one of these rectangles. So now, after we have hit a certain amount of thumps, you will see in the top right corner, you see the 2x appearing right there. This is our multiplier. We want to keep the multiplier alive. You get this by hitting 8 consecutive thumps without missing a single one. Right there, this is the level ending, the circle, and it spawns a bonus thump. This gives us some additional points. You see a bit of a scoring system and a rank. I will explain more about that later. So also there's obstacles. These are turns. You have to hold the button and push in the right direction to survive the turn. Otherwise you crash into it, lose your shell, take damage. If you don't have your shell, take damage a second time. You have to reset the current sub-level you're on. Alright, but also it is possible to take the turns perfectly. If you're hitting in the right direction just at the right time, you will hear this little chiming sound. This says you got the turn in the perfect timing and you get some additional scoring. The window to get it perfectly is quite lenient compared to other rhythm games, but this leniency gives us runners room for some more exciting techniques for the scoring. I will explain something more about that later. So as you see, all the levels are composed of various sub-levels, and we have to, well, maneuver through the sub-levels without taking damage and without missing a single thump. And now I think it's time when we look at the top right corner again. There it is, the 3x multiplier. We have now the highest multiplier of regular play mode. That means for every gem that we get now 3 gems. Gems are worth 100 points, so with an active multiplier of 3, we get 300 points per unlocked gem. So right here, this bonus thump has awarded us with 3 times 3 gems. Usually it's worth 3 gems, times 3 the multiplier, means we got 900 points just for that bonus thump right there. Now here's another mid-boss. As I said, usually there's only one mid-boss during the stages, but in stage 1 we have a couple more because it's more of a tutorial. So on the side of the track you can see sometimes there's these tentacles coming, and when we shoot the boss weapon, these tentacles disappear. This also gives us points, 50 points per kill. These are called kills, and we want to get them. So bosses, by the way, they work in a specific way. You have to hit all the thumps without missing a single one in a pattern. So the boss does spawn a thumping pattern, and you must not miss a single one, then it spawns the boss weapon. Don't miss the boss weapon, hit the boss like that. And the boss is defeated, and now we, in this sub-level, 1-8, we are introduced to a new mechanic. We have to hold the button to crash through these bars. If you don't hold the button, you will take damage, and we want to avoid this at all cost. Now, if you hit a thump before crashing the bars, you get all these blue gems around, because every bar rewards you with 1 gems times multiplier. So I think now it's time to talk a bit of the scoring system. So you've seen at the top left corner after each sub-level, a full score appears. The big number is the total that you got in the sub-level. It will then get added up to the total score that you got throughout the whole level. Then you have the number of gems that you collected. That's the blue diamond shape. These are worth, as I said, 100 points. The most important bonuses are the no damage and the no misses bonuses. These are worth, well, if you don't miss a single thump in a sub-level, you will get rewarded 1,000 points. The next sub-level, consecutively you got this, you get 1,500 points. Then you get 2,000 and then 500 more for each consecutive sub-level. You got the perfect streak. So you do not want to miss this bonus. If you miss a single thump somewhere, you will start back at 1,000 points. At the sub-level, you now get a perfect no misses again. Same goes with no damage. If you don't take damage consecutively, you get a ton of points. These are the most important scores that you want to keep up in your run if you go for high score. So you also saw that we are graded with a rank. The ranks are S, A, B, C. S rank is obviously the best, and it gets worse from there. The ranks are determined by how many thumps you missed and by how much damage you took. If you don't take single damage and if you don't miss a single thump, you get an S rank. And then according to how long the stage is, sometimes one miss can be an A rank, sometimes one miss is enough to still get an S rank. But the highest rank is not necessarily also the highest score. More on that later. The game Thumper was, as I said, released 2016 by the developer Drool. It's a duo consisting of programmer Mark Fleury, he wrote the engine, and he's also a prominent figure in the Korean indie development scene, and the designer and musician Brian Gibson, who's the bassist of the noise rock band Lightning Bolt. He has also worked on other rhythm games before, such as Guitar Hero and Rock Band, so he's quite the veteran in music and rhythm games. Okay, in this level we want to show you the mechanic of jumping. The beetle has wings. It can fly. You can jump off a thump, and if you land back on one, like this, you will release a powerful shockwave. And if that shockwave reaches another thump on the front, it will transform a thump into a bonus thump that awards us with gems. So this is where the routing kicks in. Now you want to route perfectly which shockwave reaches which thump to get more bonus gems. And if you pound a bonus thump like this, you will see a little slowdown animation and also get rewarded 4 instead of just 3 gems, times the multiplier. So this is the final mini-boss of this stage. Once again, usually there's just one mini-boss per stage, but stage 1 has more of a tutorial vibe. And again, what Kevin has to do here is get all the gems that the boss, all the thumps that the boss spawns first try in order to spawn the boss weapon, which is the shiny green thing right here. This is the boss weapon. And if you pound the boss weapon first try, it will spawn 2 bonus thumps. Regularly, if you get a pattern first try without pounding the boss weapon, you will get spawned 1 bonus thump, like this. Here's just a single one, but if you pound the boss weapon, you get rewarded 2 bonus thumps. So now you think, you have to think about the routing, when to jump off which thump in order to release the boss weapon like this and spawn 2 thumps, sorry. So this was the final regular level of level 1, and we're now entering level 1 Omega, which does imply being the final level of level 1, final sub-level. Here we greeted with the end boss. So everybody say hi to Crackhead. By the way, this is how beetles actually do perceive humans. And with that, Crackhead goes down. The first stage has been defeated. We get a final score, and now we also get a final scoring rank screen. There was a very free S rank, to be honest. You can see it's quite a bit. We wanted to show you and explain the mechanics, so it's not as high as Kevin's high score here. But now we're going to ramp up the speed a bit, and going to progress into one of the later levels, which is level 7. It's coincidentally the favorite level of both Kevin and me. We both like the level very much, so whenever you're ready, let's dive in.
I'm ready.
Then let's go. There's a few more mechanics in this level, but I will talk less and less throughout the run now, because here these are rings. Rings also grant you 1 gem, but you have to fly through them. And these are spikes. You have to fly over the spikes. If you run into the spikes, you will take damage, and we want to avoid this. Also, coincidentally, you automatically get ranked a C rank when you fly into spikes for some reason. And for the music nerds here, yes, that is a 7/4 time signature. Here,
7/8.
7. Here we have a sentry. The sentry is very peculiar because it threatens you to not miss a single thump. If you miss a thump while the sentry is active, it will hurt you and you will take damage. So you will lose both of your multipliers at once if you miss a thump while the sentry is active. So, we now have a bit of downtime, so Aura, now would be a perfect time if you want to throw in something.
Absolutely, I would love to. We have a $10 donation by Georgia O'Keefe saying, I love this game and I'm proud to be part of the community. Props to Kevin and Seth for showing it off. I'm very excited to see the custom track at the end. And honestly, so am I. Back to you.
Thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate you all watching this. So if you've played this game before, maybe you noticed that you never were able to keep the flying throughout a turn. The thing is, when you fly, you can only stay flying through a turn if you get that turn perfectly. If you don't get that turn perfectly, like here, well, here Kevin takes the turns perfectly, stays a flight, but if you don't take the turn perfectly, you will land again. And these longer turns, by the way, they will always drop you. You cannot fly through those longer turns. Okay, Kevin just said something interesting, where you might wonder, what is he doing and why is he doing this? He skipped bars. Well, as I said, one bar grants you 1 gem times multiplier. However, pounding a thump sends out a shockwave, which creates a bonus thump that is worth 3 gems or 4 if you pound that bonus thump. So now the routing starts, and it starts to get very interesting. Because sometimes you can get more gems by skipping a bar and instead pounding another thump, as such transforming a bonus thump that is worth 3 or 4 gems, as long as the amount of bars is less than the gems you would get out of the bonus thump. And this is where people really need to start routing and be clever about when it is a good idea to skip a bar and when it is a better idea to take the bars and not transform the bonus thump. Here you notice we have multiple lanes now. Well, the game can have just more than a single lane. At the end of a lane, there's always like a little kind of diagonal turn. These turns can be taken perfectly. You get 200 points. You will crash into them if you don't take them, but you also can just stay on the lane that continues if you don't want to take them. And taking them perfectly while flying is incredibly hard due to the way this game controls. So whenever you see Kevin take one of these end-of-lane turns perfectly while flying, it's called a perflat. This is like one of the most pro strats that you can do in the game. So I will always be very impressed when he does that. And now we have the mid-boss. I love this one.
My favorite boss.
So here, for example, it was easier or better to skip some bars because you could spawn 2 bonus thumps by them. Down goes the boss, and now for the rest of the level, the tempo has doubled. I mean, the tempo of the music, not of the stage itself, but it still gets a bit faster. Here, Kevin decided to not thump the bonus thump, but instead activate extended flight, so he could send out a shockwave with the next thump there. Because, you know, routing reasons. Here we have the snakes. Snakes are flying towards us on the lane and we have to dodge them. Whenever you hear drums, it's likely that such a sentry appears. We have multiple lanes next to each other with multiple snakes next to each other as well. There was a perflet right there, nice. Okay, so what just happened is Kevin ran into a turn and took damage. So now the beetle doesn't have a shell. In order to regain the shell, we have to collect a bonus thump. Either we have to transform a regular thump into a bonus thump with a shockwave. That only works as long as you have a multiplier, or you just collect the bonus thump at the end of the stage. Also works. But here's the one. And since we collected our wings with the bonus thump, we couldn't pound it like this. So it didn't have a slowdown. Okay, here Kevin sneakily sneaked through the snakes, took an unintended pattern to get these end of lane turn points there. Nice strat. So, bit of a downtime here. Aura, if you want to plug anything, take it away.
Yes, I'd absolutely love to. As you know, we are the European Speedrun Assembly at the Summer 2023 event, and we are raising money for Alzheimer-Fonden. As if you don't know, Sweden is the leading country in the world for Alzheimer's research, and Alzheimer-Fonden is employing a scientific council that awards money to very promising research projects that are aiming at eradicating the disease once and for all. So every donation that you make is going straight towards them. And to make it worthwhile, we also have an entire pirate treasure for you of prizes. Because with a minimum donation of $10, you are eligible for example, for a wireless controller, and for a minimum donation of $20, you are eligible for a truly cute and gigantic Kirby ball plush. So if you want to donate, just !donate in the chat. Thank you, Seth. Back to you.
Thank you. Casually flying over the snakes. The level has gotten darker and darker, and now we have reached the final boss of level 7. Last time we've seen Crackhead at level 1, so let's see if he has changed a bit, maybe.
I think he has changed a bit.
I mean, this is how beetles perceive humans after all. Okay, now here is a gate. These gates need to be destroyed with a shockwave before you send out the boss weapon. Because otherwise the boss weapon will just fly away, will just hit the gate and will not hit the boss. It is possible, however, to circumvent the shockwave from the thumps by directly pounding the boss weapon itself. This is able to destroy one single gate. Here we have 3 gates, so you can't destroy all 3 with a single pounded boss weapon. And with that, Crackhead level 7 goes down. That's a measly 100k away from your PB. Maybe you want to show the viewers real quick the leaderboards for this, so that you get a feeling how good the score was.
Sure.
So, you see the top score, it's very hard to get into 800k territory. We took damage once here, so this of course took away many points. Yeah, it's really tough. The distances between the scores. Maybe you want to scroll down if we see the 700k down there. Yeah, there we're already at the top 20. They're already going into the 700k territory. So and there's me, by the way. Yeah, so this was still a very, very impressive score for the showcase. So very well done, Kevin. And now, if you like this level, and if you thought, wow, this is going very fast already, we are ramping it up one more time, because we're going to show you the pinnacle of the game. We're going to Play Plus mode and going to show you the final stage of the game in Play Plus. Now, Play Plus is a bit different from regular play mode. First of all, the beetle is golden. Second of all, if you take damage twice and you die, you don't respawn at the checkpoint, it's over. The stage is over. So let's hope that this won't happen. And you get the multiplier up to 4 times. And the 3x and 4x multiplier actually increase the speed of the game even more. So when you're ready, I'd say let's dive in.
Curious.
Enjoy the golden beetle here. X multiplier, game just got faster. And 4x, we're at the fastest speed. Oh, late jumps and late thumps. That's a very cool. Thank you for mentioning. So this is some advanced tech that I haven't talked about yet. Well, remember how I said in level 1 that the timing window for getting turns or thumps perfectly is very lenient in this game, unlike other rhythm games. Here it's quite lenient, and sometimes it helps us, but maybe during the downtime or when you want to plug any incentive or something really quick.
Yes.
You have like 15 seconds.
We have the upgrade to the highest difficulty incentive for Risk of Rain that is on in about 7 hours. We are currently 592 dollars in out of 2,000. So we have a way to go. So if you've got some donations, keep them coming. It's much appreciated.
Right, thank you so much. Yes, please keep donating. It's an amazing cause. Now what Kevin now sometimes does is he pounds a thump slightly late because he wants to catch the ring that is technically behind the thump. But since the timing window is so lenient, he can still catch the thump and the ring at the same time. And he wants to pound the thump because he wants to send out the shockwave for routing purposes. And also he can jump late sometimes. If a bar is very close to a thump, but he needs the thump to jump from, then he takes the thump, flies off it, but still barely catches the bar. And this is the truly advanced scoring techniques that he's gonna do sometimes, so you might notice it here and there. Just wanted to make you aware that the scoring system of this game is actually, it's going really crazy. Maybe sometimes even unintendedly from the developers. Right here, he got a ring slightly late, but still pounded the thumb. Also sometimes Kevin does a late pound because he wants the shockwave to be sent out a bit further, so it will kill more tentacles. This is also a reason for a late pound. And there's the mid-boss of level 9. Boss tries to surprise us with turns. But it's no match. And from here on, it just gets faster and faster. What you might have noticed, the rank that Kevin got after defeating the mid-boss was an S+ rank. S+ ranks are only possible in Play Plus mode. In order to get those, you have to get every thump, don't take any damage, and take every turn you get perfectly, and collect all the bars and collect all the rings. But since you have to collect all the bars and all the rings, for the optimal scoring routing, an S plus rank isn't always the highest scoring rank. So if you're trying, you can either play going for S plus ranks, or you can go play for a higher score. So the high score players, they actually don't go for S plus ranks anymore, they just go for the optimal scoring routing. We have our friend, the sentry. So I just saw somebody in chat mention the game Amplitude. Amplitude is also a game where Brian Gibson, the designer of this game, worked on. Also big shoutouts. I've seen some of you Thumper community friendos here in chat. I've seen Georgia O'Keefe, I've seen JL Music and Coco Mix. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Since I see someone mentioning it, yes, this game does have a VR mode. You can play this in VR if you want to. I've never played in VR though. Would really love to once. Snakes are back. Nice routing. Why not? Okay, here we're in a tunnel. The next 4 stages are very interesting. The next 4 stages are all tunnels, and they get consecutively harder, but they are all similar in design. Before that, we have a little downtime, so alright, if you want to quick something real quick, then please go for it.
Absolutely. I want to remind everyone that we have a limited offer of a charity t-shirt that was designed by the talented Marco Doodles over at our speedrun.store. It's a charity shirt that is featuring some of the speed stars that make ESA so special. Type !merch in chat to find out more, or at speedrun.store. Thank you, Seth. Back to you.
Thank you. So now we're in the 4 tunnel levels at level 9. You will notice the layout is similar, but it gets a bit harder each playthrough, run through. Go. Final tunnel. Very nice. Okay, and from now on the game really doesn't like you to be this far and will throw everything it got towards you. Right, just casually flying over the snakes. Nice late pound. Hello, Sentry. Okay, here you get many bars, so it's super important at this part of the run to have the full multiplier, which we have. Oh, the game just throws everything it has. Whoa, okay. That's it for the levels. And now you know what happens at the end of a stage. We got in the Omega stage. So everybody say hi to Crackhead. And I'm pretty sure this is how beetles actually perceive spiders. Wanting the double bonus stump. And there he goes down of the bonus stumps. So, this was it.
Is it done yet?
Or is it? Okay, everybody, this is super important, the next stage. We're not done just yet. This is absolute focus time, so please, no claps, no talking, preferably not even breathing for the next stage. Absolute focus time for Kevin. You got this. It was amazing. Okay. You might have noticed sometimes faintly in the distance a reverse pyramid appearing. And apparently it's not happy that we're that far. Good luck, Kevin. Silence, please. Nice.
And time.
Nice! Ah! Did you just freaking perfectly make a level 9 plus? Oh my god! That was amazing. Give it up.
Thank you.
KevinGem. Wow, that was absolutely fantastic. No misses, no damage. Level 9 plus. Let's enjoy the cutscene and see our final score. Oh god, my heart. I think I'm even more nervous than you. Holy cow, that was amazing. 1.9 million. That's
okay.
yeah, okay. I think many players would dream of a score like this. And here we get the final ranking. S rank 1.9 million. High score.
Almost a PB.
Yeah, just a 20,000 shy of your PB. So if you just want to take a look at the leaderboards real quick, we have a 1,902,000 where we would have been with this run. So yeah, would have been second place. Casually, just this good. Oh wow! Thank you so much for watching this showcase. But wait, there's more. Thanks to your generous donations earlier, especially Anonymous. I have no idea who you are. During the Lego run, you donated $300 towards our Thumper bonus level showcase. We have an extra level, a modded level, and we quickly need to prepare the game. So I don't know, Tech, if you want to go into an intermission or if we can just do it right now. But we have to add the level to the game real quick and close the game for that, and then we'll be right ready for the bonus incentive.
All right.
Okay, then let us know. Thanks again, everybody, for donating for this amazing incentive. Thumper has a very core community. A few players have recently started to dig into modding the game, especially Jewel, Jail Music, and Cocomix. Shoutouts to you guys. You've really brought the modding community forward in this game. And specifically for today, for this incentive, the top modders of the game have created a collaborative effort of a bonus level consisting of 5 sub-levels. Each modder did 1 sub-level, and Kevin is going to show it. Well, you've just seen level 9, you thought that was crazy. But if you want to see what the top players and top modders of the game are capable of getting out of the game still, even after level 9, I think you're ready for a treat. So, Kevin, whenever you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, then hit the button as soon as you start.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go. This is a collaborative effort from our top modders. So the first stage is made by Captain Jewel. Awesome. Now you might notice the color of the lanes will change, and the second one is Mr. Doctor. It's fine. All right, third one. N-Walk. Doing some camera shenanigans at the start, which is also possible with this. The fourth level is by Z West, always doing very crazy stuff with the camera and timing. And the final stage is by JL Music. It's okay, Kevin just missed the thump there and the sentry got angry. So this is what happens when you miss a thump and the sentry is in there. And time. There we go. That was the bonus incentive level. Thank you so much, everybody who donated towards it. It really meant a lot. I see we have a donation waiting. Maybe you want to get rid of that real quick
Yeah, let's do it.
before we wrap it up.
We have a $20 donation by Thailand David saying, Herr Hochfels schaut auch zu und er gibt dir eine 1 minus in English. Herr Hochfels does also watch and he gives you a mark 1 minus. Herr Hochfeld is Kevin's teacher, by the way. Thank you very much for your donation.
Thank you so much for the donation.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I want to wrap this up by giving my first and foremost my thanks to ESA for having this run. This game is really dear to my heart. It's really important to me, and I'm so happy that we were able to show it. Unfortunately, I myself, I'm not good enough But fortunately, the world record holder Kevin himself decided, yeah, I can do it, and stepped in. I want to give a huge shout out to the community, to the modders we just saw the stage from Captain Jewel, Mr. Doctor, Nawalk, Z-West, JL Music. Thank you also to my other pals from the Thumper community, Kokomix, Nick, I don't know if you're still around in the community, but still shout outs to you, Zavura. Of course, shout outs to the developer Drool, who made the game. Guys, I don't know if you still make games, but if you want to do a sequel or another game, I would play it in a heartbeat every time. And also, yeah, I think that's everybody I want to thank. And thank, of course, to you guys, for everybody who watched. Really meant a lot to me that you were here. And everybody in chat also for watching the stage. And of course, again, thank you, Kevin, for playing so amazingly. So anything you want to say, then now's the time.
It was a pleasure to be here and show one of my favorite games for you. It means a lot for me. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And with that, that's everything we have to say. Keep enjoying the event, and don't miss the other runs that are still on. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
Kevin and Seth, for this amazing and stellar showcase. We are going into a brief intermission, and we will be right back for you. Thank you so much.